So I want to get to your views of what you think the next attacks might be and how our policy should change. But first, I should ask you about what the response should be with the Biden administration coming in.
Assuming this was done from a Russian platform at the behest of the Russian government, the intelligence officials in the Russian government, then I think the response has to be twofold. One, governments really don't like it when you sanction their people, when you sanction government officials or go after them criminally, even though it may be just in absentia. The other is, I believe that for an attack like this, an in-kind response is appropriate. In other words, you don't necessarily respond to a cyber attack kinetically, cyber for cyber, to demonstrate our own capabilities. Ultimately, Ian, when you're dealing with nation-state actors who are really sophisticated in this space, like the Russians or the Chinese, there is no complete line of defense. We cannot erect a wall that will prevent all such attacks. The way to end these attacks is simply to make the behavior cost prohibitive, to put in place sufficient deterrence so that the rational state actor will say, hey, this is going to cost me too much if I continue on this path. And obviously, we have yet to do that with the Russians.
What would you like to see? I mean, in terms of a doctrine of deterrence, which may not only include hit-back measures, could also include offensive capabilities. And what do you think it looks like for the United States and or our allies?
Three things. There is an overt attack, like killing General Soleimani of the Iranian government in December, a year ago. That's overt. It's in your face. Then there is covert action, where the target is not even sure where the attack came from. And then there's that middle ground where something is technically covert, but you want the target to know it was me. But you leave yourself some room of deniability publicly. And when you're dealing with cyberspace, very often the response is in that middle ground. The other facet of your question, which I would like to address, is very often nation states create for themselves some degree of separation with the bad actor, so they can say, wasn't me. And in my personal experience in national security, I've had very, very senior officials of foreign governments look me in the eye and lie to my face. It wasn't me. It wasn't me. It was some other guy. Because they'd like to believe that by creating some form of separation, some degree of separation, some degree of deniability, they get to deny plausibly to their United States counterpart. And so it's my assessment that foreign governments do set up these degrees of separation, which is a fiction in a way, so that when the bad actor goes out and does something, they say, wasn't me. We'll try to bring him to justice for you, but it wasn't me. I'll come back with an investigation in about 2 years to tell you who it was, but it wasn't me. And frankly, much of what you and I would consider warfare is conducted through proxies these days, through proxies in cyberspace, through covert action, such that each side gets to try to pretend it wasn't them, which is why the Soleimani attack a year ago was something that was really eye-catching, because it was the United States, and we basically said, yeah, it was us. What are you going to do about it?